If I had to start a brand new YouTube channel from scratch today, I wouldn't be posting random videos hoping that one takes off. I'd start with a niche, and most new creators fail because they try to do a little bit of everything, and that just confuses both your audience and the YouTube algorithm.
So in this video, we're diving into why niching down matters, how to pick the right niche for your passion and skills, and 3 niches we would personally start with if we were launching a channel today.
Okay, let's start off with 5 quick reasons as to why niching down is so important this year on YouTube. The first is that YouTube is just really noisy. Everybody's posting content. There's a lot of creators out there, and you've probably hit subscribe on like hundreds of different creators, and you're not seeing everybody's content necessarily. And so the reason why having a niche is so important is so that we can narrow our focus down and cut through the noise and have a more concrete topic and kind of avatar that we're speaking to on the YouTube platform.
And just think about when you're starting a channel, nobody knows who you are. And so if you have a similar topic that other people are interested in, then there's a whole audience there for you. This is something I wish I knew when I first started out, because a lot of my energy was going out kind of spread out because I was doing different kinds of videos. Had I focused on one subject and got really laser focused, that growth would be exponential and I would have grown a lot quicker.
And that goes really great into the second tip, which is that the algorithm does reward focus and having a clear topic. And when you create videos that relate to each other, then YouTube starts to understand how to recommend your content to the next viewer. And there's habits and routines that these viewers are forming. And if you can serve up the same types of pieces of content over and over again, the algorithm is going to reward that kind of focus. And not only that, but focusing then saves a lot of time and energy because you know exactly what kinds of videos you're going to make next. There's no second guessing and wondering, what video should I upload? You probably already have a pretty clear plan as to which kinds of videos are going to succeed because you have that narrow focus.
Now, reason number 4 is instead of thinking that you need hundreds of thousands or millions of subscribers in order to make YouTube profitable for you to go full time. In fact, there's this concept called 1,000 true fans. If you have 1,000 people who regularly show up, watch your videos, those people could eventually become clients of yours. So whether you have a larger business that you're kind of advertising for, or even if you just want to start building your own business with these 1,000 true fans, think about ways that you could sell a digital product. Think about ways you could have memberships. All of that can really add up. And that is such a big mindset shift, knowing that you only really need to focus on 1,000 quality subscribers rather than think about you need a massive audience in order to make this YouTube thing profitable.
And that is a perfect segue into our final quick tip, which is that niching down is actually the secret to scaling up. And you mentioned things like profits, like, yeah, your profit can rise, but also your subscriber growth, your view counts can rise as you focus narrowly on a specific niche. And if we just look at our CEO, Sean Cannell, for example, his kind of career path was focusing on more video production principles. And then it was like broader church media, equipping churches with tech skills. And then he started focusing on YouTube more. And now he does like business and leadership, entrepreneurship, speaks at huge events. And so his career path was really narrow focus at first, and then was able to broaden out over time. So it's an encouragement to you. You're not locked into a niche forever, but starting with a specific niche can really help you stand out in a crowded field. And then you can expand your idea in your channel a little bit later. So now we're going to talk about how to find a specific niche for you. But before that, we want to take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video, Riverside.
Riverside is literally what we're using right now to record this podcast. And it makes it so easy, not only because it's an all-in-one platform for creators who want to make their videos look professional, but it's also extremely simple then to edit and upload your podcast. You can record up to 4K video quality, capture clean audio, and your guests can join instantly with a simple link. Then when you're done, you can edit right inside Riverside with their built-in video editor. You can trim, add captions, and even pull short clips for Reels or YouTube Shorts.
And for podcasters, you can even publish your full podcast episodes and host your show right within Riverside's dashboard. So you're not bouncing back and forth between 5 different apps to host your podcast. And if you want your show to be available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube, Riverside makes it super easy. You can publish to all of those platforms directly from your dashboard, so your audience can hear your show wherever they like to listen. So whether you're a podcaster, coach, or you just want one software to handle all of your production needs, Riverside makes it super easy to sound professional and look professional from day one. If you want to try it out, we'll link it down in the description below, and make sure to use code ThinkMedia when you sign up, and you'll get 1 month free of their pro plan.
So in order to find the perfect niche for you, there is this exercise that we like to do called the 3P framework that is comprised of passion, proficiency, and profit. Number 1 is passion, which I think is the most important. What is something that you'd love to talk about even off camera? What's something that you want to express to your friends and your family? Something that you could build a community around and thus a larger business. Because once you start scaling up, you can quickly run out of passion with the amount of work that is required when starting a YouTube channel, filming and editing. So the more passion you have about a particular topic, the more likely you're going to enjoy the process.
Then the second P is proficiency, and that's that piece of thinking through what kinds of skills or knowledge base do you have that sets you apart in a specific niche. And just think even slightly, like what do you have like a little competitive advantage of? What maybe have you studied in school? What are you really passionate about? And you've like spent a ton of hours learning and researching. And so think through what kind of skills could I share with somebody? And you don't need to be an expert. That's an important thing to remember. You just need to be about 1 or 2 steps ahead of a beginner and the person you're trying to speak to, and that's enough.
That was definitely the position I was in when I first started my channel. I had the passion for filmmaking, cameras, lenses. I love talking about that. I didn't really have a lot of proficiency just yet, but because I was so passionate and I was willing to learn, then the more proficient I did become as I started making videos, I was still able to help those beginners that were just interested in filmmaking, and then we both grow together. So yeah, you don't have to be an expert right from the get-go, but just being a few steps ahead, something that you could teach to someone who's just starting out, is a great way to start your channel.
For sure. And then that leads to that last piece of profit. And so this is thinking through more of the business model piece of your channel idea. How are you going to be able to monetize your channel in the long term? Maybe you don't necessarily care about making money right away, but it is nice to think about, okay, if I wanted to really pursue this passion and I get really proficient over the next year or two in this niche, how could I make money off of this? Think through things like affiliate marketing. How could you market different products or services, which you might be able to generate specific links for to then get paid for distributing other people's products or services? But then also like yourself, like how could you make your own products, digital products, or even physical products that you could potentially sell, or different coaching services, courses. These are all different methods for making money online and on YouTube, and something you do want to think through at least a little bit at the beginning as to what's the long-term outlook of the profitability piece for your channel.
And specifically when it comes to brands, there's been a shift where a lot of these brands actually like to work with smaller channels that have a clear audience. If your channel can be really clear, then you have a lot of potential to start promoting products, getting brand deals. And brand deals is a great way just to get some money in, so that way you can either pay for editors, get some extra equipment to help you make better quality videos. So I highly recommend the more clear you are about your audience and just thinking a little bit creatively of ways you can profit in the future. You don't have to worry about tackling this all at once, but having a simple plan can really help you later on.
Now, finally, what are 3 niches that we would recommend ourselves start if we were starting completely from scratch, or even maybe a niche that's a little bit untapped that we think has a lot of promise? Well, we'll share 3 of them, and Nate has the first one. Nate, what is a niche that you would personally choose if you started a brand new channel this year?
I think the niche I would focus on is something that everyone can do because everyone is their own self, and that is a personal brand. So personally, if I was going to start a new channel, I would focus on building a personal brand that could kind of evolve over time. But even more so than that, I would be focused on the skill sets I have, which could be YouTube, that could be camera, filmmaking, and I'll probably dive into a little bit more of that filmmaking niche. So the reason I would choose the filmmaking personal brand niche is I think it's the perfect intersection for all 3. I'm clearly passionate about it. I've spent several years trying to learn the craft of filmmaking, so I'm very proficient. And then when it comes to the profit side of things, I could do affiliate marketing with gear, I could have certain brand deals, and potentially I could even use that to promote or crowdfund my future films. So I do think that would be a great niche that I could start falling into if I wanted to build a new channel. But Craig, I'm curious about you. If you started a brand new channel, what is the niche you would focus on?
For me personally, I would probably right now pursue something in the tech AI niche. I think everyone right now is adding AI to their products or services. Like even all the brand deals that we do, everybody's trying to add a little AI feature or AI tool into their service. So I think there's huge opportunity to have a very profitable niche where you talk about AI tools. But also something about myself is I always like to be learning new things or trying new things. I honestly get pretty bored quickly if I say the same thing 20 times over or make the same kind of video. So in the tech AI space, everything changes so quickly. So I'd constantly be able to be learning and doing research, reading books, listening to podcasts to find more information. So that's probably where I would go if I totally jump ship and was like, I'm going to start my own channel. It might be something related to tech and AI.
I think that's so smart because you're hopping onto this trend that is already growing and there's a lot of revenue and a lot of people who are curious about this space. But there is another niche that you wanted to talk about that might be something that is untapped. Talk about that one.
Yeah, so it's this niche that's actually very big in other countries, but it really hasn't picked up very much steam in the US just yet, which is live shopping or creator commerce. And what we're seeing here is we're in the very early stages of an absolute massive wave where even sites like YouTube, Amazon are investing in this live shopping experience where we see it now on YouTube videos where you see little annotations on the screen of hey, do you want to actually buy the product that's being mentioned in this video? And creators don't even have to link the product directly. YouTube is smart enough to know, oh, Craig is talking about this camera. I'm just going to put it in the video and give the viewer the opportunity to buy right now. Somebody who I really admire who talks about this a lot is Gary Vaynerchuk. And he just continues to press in creators guys, this is an untapped market. If you want to make millions of dollars as a creator, look into live shopping and how it's already being used overseas, places like Japan, China. Creators are making 6, 7, 8 figures leveraging this live shopping format. So it's something I think the US market is going to adopt here in the near future.
Craig, have you ever turned on the TV late at night and you see these people live demonstrating these products and then suddenly you're interested in a new toaster that's a microwave? Dude, I don't know, that's what it seems like to me.
It is that. And for some reason, when I was a kid, when I was 9, 10 years old, I would go downstairs and my sister, who's my older sister, at 10 p.m. at night would just be watching the QVC channel, these random oh, do you want one of those slap chop that's gonna chop up your onions and veggies? She'd just be watching these videos. But I was always so enamored. I was oh man, do I need a slap chop now? This thing looks kind of fire.
That's awesome. And what are some practical ways someone could start this get into this niche?
Well, this is what I would do. So I'm a tech creator. I cover cameras on YouTube. How I would apply this myself is I would probably just go live on a site like YouTube and then start browsing Marketplace, eBay, different locations where people can, I can be a curator of information for people and sell products that way, sell other people's products, almost like affiliate marketing style. Hey, I just found this camera. It's a great deal. Copy the link, paste it into chat. First person who clicks the link can then buy that at a discount or a deal, and I get a commission potentially. That's the way I see this going in the future. And then creators even having their own storefront where they don't have to have their own inventory. It's almost like drop shipping, how you would drop ship product like physical products, but you don't necessarily have to have the inventory. You could just be curating information for consumers on the back end. So
there's a YouTube channel I used to watch. His name was Chris Winters, I believe. This is several years ago. He would just screen record, showcase the latest deals of the week when it comes to cameras, photography, filmmaking gear. And I remember just watching those shows just to what's on sale, what's a good deal, because I didn't have that much money back then. So I think that is being reimagined into a more live format, which is really cool.
It is cool. And the cool thing about it is it has the profit piece built in from day one. So you don't even really have to worry about the profit piece. It's just going to come from the constant affiliates and the moving of gear or tech that you're selling or whatever it is, beauty products. But then you do want to make sure though you don't just get lost in the profit piece and that you actually are passionate about what you're talking about, because this live shopping niche could get a little overwhelming if you're just trying to sling products all the time and push other people's stuff, especially if you don't have your own stuff that you're selling other people's stuff, could get kind of exhausting.
What I love about this too is you're not just relying on the AdSense, which doesn't really make that much money at all, but you also have this extra revenue stream, which is affiliate marketing. And there are multiple ways to make money on YouTube. If you want to learn out more ways about how to make money if you're starting a brand new channel, check out this video where we discuss all about that.